Good day to each one of you here. I am Ram Prasad Varanasi, President and CEO of Smart Trainers and Consultants at Hyderabad. I have been in the pharmaceutical industry where I have been a Vice President Marketing, and I am also the President and CEO of Smart Trainers and Consultants. I am going to discuss with you today a topic of importance for you, me, everyone, today and every day. What is that? Such an important topic that we are talking. The topic is developing personal relationships. Yes, the most important point of success for each person and each industry, each firm is personal relationships. In my experience in the pharmaceutical industry, where I have been the Vice President Marketing, and in the consulting firm of Smart Trainers and Consultants, where I have been leading the firm as a consulting and training consultant. I have interacted with many pharma companies and pharma-related precision instrument manufacturing companies in Hyderabad. Many companies that are into manufacturing for pharma, healthcare, institutions, nursing schools, various other industries like telecom, IT, even textile companies, where I have been a consultant, educational institutions, faculties of schools and colleges, students whom I have trained. Everywhere, the one factor of success for the institution and the personal concern is just one, and that is personal relationships. Let's try to understand what is so much of importance for this one particular relationships factor is now coming under stress and strain. Therefore, it is all the more important for us to understand how to succeed in our developing interpersonal relationships. Interpersonal relationships in Smart Trainers and Consultants, we measure by our instrument called as expert, XPRT, excellent personal relationships. Excellent personal relationships ensure success for each person and each firm which undergoes this. What is so important about excellent personal relationships? When I talk of personal relationships, what is it that you are trying to understand? That is also important for us to understand, because there's a very vast subject and I like to finish it as brief, as simplified fashion in which you'll be able to understand. Now, the excellent personal relationships, you will understand, is what is it? Is it talking, discussing? What is it about? It will start with this. It need not be spoken words or written words or reading something and giving a love poem to your love. Need not be that. The warmth of relationship is what you are sharing with the other person, your feelings, emotions that are stored in you. Look at this beautiful picture of the puppy and the boy, baby boy, sitting lying next to each other, trying to understand each other, looking at each other, fondness, care, and affection. Are they communicating? Yes, they are communicating their feelings. But are they talking? No, they're not talking. They're not writing. They're not singing. But still they are communicating their feelings. That is excellent personal relationships. Let's go a little more and see more about this. Here you'll find that what we call as the brain or the mind is the storehouse. What do they store? Whatever you want to store through your memory, through your previous associations, what you have understood about moving with the other person. That is what you are going to store. If you are going to store anger, hatred, and jealousy, then you are using the mind as a dustbin. because these feelings that are stored will not allow you to develop relationship with the other person. But about the same other person, if you are going to store memories of love, happiness, and sweet memories, then your brain or mind becomes a treasure box because you are storing very good memories which will help you to develop your relationship more and more with the person. That is why relationships start with emotions, feelings, and wonderfully developing it into a human relationship by various other matters. Let's see now. All of you know about this. We must have played like this, standing in a circle, holding hands, passing memories, talking with each other, fondling with each other in sports, games, and other areas. Of course, there could be a median person in between who could have been a guide, mentor, or a leader, or a playful mate who is standing in the center. Very common earlier, till 2020, or even in beginning of 2020, because then times were different. All of us remember this, how joyful we were, how happy we were, how fond memories we used to carry. Now, things are different. Why? Because everything has become a remote controlled world after the pandemic. We cannot meet each other. We cannot talk to each other in person unless it is a mobile or a virtual platform. Here in the virtual platform, we have about 5 people who are visible and about another 4 people, 3 people who are not visible. There are really 8 people. But do you find that all of them are connected remotely with each other? Yes, they are connected. But how do they establish the personal relationships with one another? Without seeing in person, without knowing the country of origin from where they come. Even if they know the country of the origin, the specialities of the people, the culture, the religion, their views, their beliefs, their likes and dislikes, you may not know exactly. We have been conditioned to develop very good relationship with others based on these factors which we know. But now we have got into a situation where we do not understand these factors. But still, we have to ensure that we have excellent personal relationships. And that is very difficult today. Okay. Now, when we are talking about this, I remember whatever we have achieved. Times are different, but there is a need to develop personal and interpersonal relationships. Therefore, let us first try to understand where are all the areas where this relationship exists. Where you are walking or talking, discussing or discoursing, courting or romancing, with a friend or with an enemy, when you are discussing or distracting other, or even when you are playing or gaming, dancing or singing, or interacting, non-interacting, marrying or divorcing. Every situation we get into this interpersonal relationship significance. Without interpersonal relationships, none of these things will happen. Therefore, it is very important for us to understand excellent interpersonal relationships. To understand excellent interpersonal relationships, we will take you through XPRT, Excellent Personal Relationships modules, and how to undergo this. Let us try to understand. Now, how are these excellent personal relationships developing? There are three major factors that are important to develop interpersonal relationships. One, the genetic factors. Two, the environmental factors. And the third is the acquired factor. Genetic factors, we all know, is inheritance. What you have got from your great grandparents, grandparents, and parents. That is, they inherited through the genes in you from both maternal and paternal genes that is there in the genes. That is why it is called as genetic factors in the chromosomes. These factors are the fundamental factors from which you develop the family's culture of developing relationships. The family has been an outgoing family. You have outgoing relationship. The family has been constricted relationship family. You will also have the same factors of constriction in developing relationship. Not only in relationship, genetic factors are many, but we are talking here only about personal relationships. So that is what you inherit. But you don't stop there. There is an environmental factor that suits everyone. What are the environmental factors? The surrounding factors, the community where you live, the school that you attend, the college that you go, the office where you go and work, the society in which you move, the clubs that you go or the games that you play. All these are environmental factors. You develop your own strengths and observations, and you develop on these factors your own relationship skills. The third factor is the acquired factor. Acquired factors are those factors which you don't have, but you like to have because you see them in a person whom you like. Maybe a celebrity, maybe a cinema actor, maybe a cricketer, maybe a marathon runner, maybe a political leader, maybe a principled person whom you know very well. All these people that you see, you like one or two persons whom you want to copy and acquire those factors. Oh, how nice if I can bat like Dhoni, run like Tendulkar, or bowl like somebody else. So these factors are very important for you and to shape yourself. Therefore, the genetic factors, environmental factors, and acquired factors make you what you want to be. I hope you get it. Yeah. Now, developing these factors is one. Maintaining these factors is another. How it is going to happen? Developing the factors is one, but there are a number of factors which come in between to prevent us from developing all these factors. What are they? Let us see now. These are called as the personal barriers that prevent relationships. There are about 11 personal barriers that are listed. What are they? Let us try to see. Number one, lack of respect. First, lack of self-respect, because if you don't respect yourself, you don't respect others. And then the respect you show for others. If you respect the other person, he respects you and there is a relationship. If you're stubborn and not flexible and say, no, I am like this, I will not change. This is right, I am right, and you are wrong. You cannot develop a relationship. Therefore, being flexible and not being stubborn and trying to understand the other person helps you to develop your relationship skills. Third, if you are dishonest and undependable, yes, both go hand in hand. If you are dishonest, people understand you are dishonest and therefore they know you are not dependable. Therefore, they will not come and you will not be able to make proper personal relationships. Well, when you think of gender bias and diversity bias, we have to go back to the remote control panel where we saw there were ladies and gents. They were from different countries, different people, different circumstances, different kind of society from which they have come. This is called as diversity. Without understanding their strength from where they are coming, if you think, oh, I don't like a German, oh, how can I talk to a Pakistani? I'm from India. All this will stop you from developing relationship. The same way, due to some reason, you may not like a gender, or you may over like a gender. Either liking or not liking or over liking a gender is also a bias. And these factors also stop you from developing relationship. Sometimes there could be a psychiatric problem in a person, and the person is not very comfortable because of his own mental imbalance or physical disability. If you look at him and if you take an aversion because he's like this, is it going to help you? No. But if you are treating him well, then definitely the other person also will try to go up, and you have to help him to develop personal relationship and to help him as a nature of human nature. If you have a fear of rejection, you will not succeed. For example, especially the students who want to go to jobs. If they feel, oh, what I am going to do if they are going to reject me, he will never get selected. In the same way, if you are going to approach a girl, and if you are thinking that you may be rejected, is she going to accept you? No. Fear of rejection will stop you progressing. Other fear is fear of incompatibility. This again, I will say in the example of a love and romance relationship. If a boy and a girl like each other, they move together and they want to get progress in their love and see whether they are going to be compatible, and then they can marry. Suddenly, either a boy or a girl may notice the other person has a lot of weaknesses, or the other person has some strong qualities which you don't have. Then the comparison starts. Am I suitable? Am I compatible? Is she or he going to accept me or not? What will I do? If this comes, then the relationship cannot progress. Therefore, fear of incompatibility and rejection, other factors where you stops from developing relationship. If all this is happening, then you have a feeling of insecurity. You will never succeed in your life because you always suspect the other person, always think you are not capable, or always think you are too smart and the other person is not capable. These emotional factors stop you from developing relationship. When all this happens in the improper way, you have improper communication. When you do not communicate properly, even in the heart of heart, you have a great liking for a person, you are not going to convey that feeling to him or her. Being firm is again not being flexible. So these 11 factors can stop you from developing your personal relationship skills. Now, let me talk about the current situation. We have seen in the earlier slide that till 2019 or 2020 beginning, the circumstances in which we were moving were entirely different. But from 2020 onwards, middle 20 onwards, we have been seeing only about, hearing about the viruses, Delta variant, Omicron variant, mask, face covers, PPE suits, travel restrictions, ventilators, protective equipment, vaccines, doses, vaccines, boosters, protective doses, etc., etc. And we have had a lot of stress and strain, emotional instability. In these situations, you will find that people are changing, habits are changing, behaviors are changing, relationships are changing. Yes, it's a fact. You will be able to point out how the other person has changed. But do you know how much you have changed? No, we do not know. Because it is easy for you to say something is wrong with the other person than to say, yes, it is wrong with me also. It doesn't happen. That is why it's very important for you to know how you are today. What you were yesterday is different. How you are today, how you have to be tomorrow in the current situation is very important to understand. To understand this, you have to rely on our expert analysis. When you undergo the online test on expert, which I'll be discussing later, you get a beautiful analysis about yourself. These analysis of expert will help you learn to overcome the personal barriers. We have seen earlier 11 barriers that can prevent you from developing personal relationships. All these 11 barriers you will be able to overcome. 2, you will know what is your strength and what are the areas where you have to improve. As you know, you are able to point out the other person, what he is and what he was. But you do not know what you were and what you are today. To make you aware of it and about your own potential that is there in you, expert analysis helps. When you undergo this expert analysis, you will become a good team player as well as you'll be able to lead your team successfully. Every team leader is not a good team player, but he has to be. Every team player need not be a good team leader. So whether you are having both the qualities of being a team player and a team leader, you understand when you undergo expert analysis. You will know about our interpersonal orientations. This is a very special term which you will understand when you write the test and when we explain to you what is your strength. You will be able to develop your leadership skills. You will be able to prioritize as to what to do first, what to do second, what to do third, what not to do. And you will also stop procrastinating. You'll become an excellent communicator because your communication is very proper and to the point. You can decide decisively and you can command respect in the areas of action. These are all the benefits that you get when you undergo expert analysis. For which, all that you have to do is visit https://www.thesmarttraining.com. Log in, register, assess your expert test. Answer the simple test in just 15 minutes and you will see your score online. Immediately you can make a note of the score. That's it. And everything comes to us in the real time. We take a printout of your question, answer everything, analyze the whole thing, and that is where the golden box of treasure comes to you. I am repeating, it's a golden box of treasure that you get when you undergo benefit the expert analysis. How? What is the golden box of treasure I am talking? There are benefits for each individual who appears for the test and the organization that recommends the person to come for the test, if there is one. The individual benefits is your analysis is only for you. It's not going to, nobody is going to get it. When you write the test and the score has come, your job has stopped. It's just 15 minutes. But the analysis that we are going to make is going to take hell of a lot of time for each one of you, because we make a specialized individual analysis for each person based on certain factors that come from your genetic factors, environmental factors, and acquired factors. Whatever you are, that will be analyzed right from your childhood, schooling, etc. We'll be able to understand. Based on this, we give you counseling and guidance to you, to each person. When necessary, we can also give personal one-to-one coaching in case of need. We will be recommending developmental plans and assist you in getting the same by our trainers who are spread in India. We have our consultants in Hyderabad, Vizag, and Kolkata, and in other cities. So they will be assisting you in getting these developmental plans done. In case you need psychologists' help, we will also help. Why psychologists here? Because today, under the stress and strain of the virus, people are getting depression. They get depressed. They need psychologists' help sometimes. People take to drugs and opioids. They need psychologists' help. There's a lot of mental disturbance and isolation, everything. They also need counseling, maybe sometimes by psychologists. So when a case is needed to have a psychologist consultation, we will arrange it for you. These are all the individual benefits that you get, and much more that you will know once you come to appear for the test. We will tell you more about this. What are the organizational benefits that come to the organizations that recommend the people? The organizations will have different teams of people working together in groups and teams. Every team leader's analysis will be given to the team leader as well as to the organization. Every team's analysis will be given to the organization, because unless the organization gets to know the current level of each person working in the organization and in the team, they will not be able to develop them and the company. And therefore, we give an organizational analysis. We give suggested developmental plans for individuals, teams, and the organization. And we execute it either virtually or in classroom, as the case may be. That is how we help ensuring excellent personal relationship. This kind of segmented, exhaustive, particular analysis for each case and each person in each organization is rare from one entity, but we do it because we definitely believe this is the way the companies will come up and the organizations can be built stronger, because the personal development in the organization will become stronger by developing each person individually. And that is what I would like to say in the end. To say again, I am Ram Prasad Varanasi, President and CEO of Smart Trainers and Consultants. https://thesmarttraining.com is our website. And you'll find my email ID, ramprasad@thesmarttraining.com, to which any query that you have, you can post it and you'll get the answer. Or on the website, there's a WhatsApp button. You can just press the WhatsApp button and send me the message within 12 hours or 13 hours, whatever it is. Your answer that you need or the guidance that you need will be there with you. You can take it up and come and ensure that you participate in this program of excellent personal relationship expert. I'm very happy that you have come here today. But don't stop here. When you come and approach us and tell us you're ready to appear for the test, we will guide you. We will give you. And you will find there will be a number of surprising benefits that you get other than what I am said here. The surprising benefits could also be financial. If you are going to be one of the first persons to take this course, and if you're going to bring one or two more of your colleagues, it will also add up further to you. If you are from an organization, the organization will have a separate chance of discussing with us, and we will discuss with them, analyze with them, what is it that they need. Based on that, we'll discuss the structure with them. It is absolutely individual relationship with each person and each organization. That is what expert stands for. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best and see you next time in the examination hall. Good day to you.